After decriminilazing homosexuality, Indian Supreme Court declares verdict that adultery is not a criminal offence, scraping the 158-year-old archaic law.
Here's a summary of the article.
New Delhi, September 27, 2018, 11:13 IST. Updated, September 27, 2018, 11:17 IST. The Supreme Court on Thursday declared adultery cannot be a criminal offence but may be seen as a ground for dissolution of marriage. A five-judge constitution bench led by Chief Justice of India Deepak Misra, also comprising Justices R. Nariman, A.M. Kanwilkar, D.Y. Chandrachud and Indu Malhotra, declared Section 497 from the Penal Code as unconstitutional, while delivering its verdict on a petition filed by Kerala-based Joseph Shine to drop the law that makes adultery a criminal offence. The bench wrote 4 separate judgments with C. J. Misra authoring on behalf of Justice Kanwilkar too. Section 497 of the IPC, a Victorian provision, mandates that whoever has sexual intercourse with a person who is and whom he knows or has reason to believe to be the wife of another man, without the consent or connivance of that man, such sexual intercourse not amounting the offence of rape, is guilty of the offence of adultery and shall be punished. Terming that adultery as a criminal offence is absolutely, manifestly arbitrary. Justice Misra said it affects the subordination of woman and thus affects her right to life. Justice Nariman observed the ancient notions of man as seducer and woman as victim is long past. Justice Chandrachud said that the adultery law deprives married women the agency of consent and the Section 497 offends sexual freedom of women.
This post received a score of 5,833, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Supreme Court of India has been on fire for the past 1 month, giving out one landmark judgment after another. Few days ago, it was about the homosexuality decriminalization, 2 days ago it was about right to privacy regarding Aadhaar, the largest biometric ID system in the world, yesterday it was about allowing live streaming of courtroom proceedings as a trial run for certain cases, and today it was about removing this archaic law. Plausible reason for all these, Chief Justice of India is retiring next month. He is trying to do as much as possible before that so that he gets a lot of credit for these good landmark judgments, thus immortalizing him in the history books.
One I like the most is Indian Supreme Court allows live streaming of court proceedings. We are going to watch my lord live on internet.
Till one of the judges, Justice Chandrachud, actually overturned his own father's judgment from 30-odd years ago on the same law.
Scrapping. Scraping would only apply if they were physically removing the law from stone tablets.
It's an old law, that might be the case.
Underrated comment of the thread.
Greater than of course, adultery can be a ground for a civil remedy, dissolution of marriage, he wrote. A step in the right direction, people.
India actually has a decent judiciary. It's the politicians that are mostly shit.
It's interesting to see it in comparison with China. Both fast-rising economies, both huge populations, but India seems to be making really progressive gains instead of crackdown dystopia China seems to be heading for.
Well, India is a democracy, and China is not.
Damn son, India's getting some pretty good reforms from the looks of things.
Now if we could only legalize weed. Make India great again.
Lol, go to Rishikesh and ask the sadhus. This has me incredibly optimistic for Canada's increasingly friendly relationship with India. India has been working hard to lift people out of poverty, repeal oppressive laws, clean up their streets. They still have a long way to go, because this is the work of generations, but they are absolutely on the right track and it makes me smile. I am very excited for the people of India. India is the world's hope to stand up to China and provide a counterweight to them.
Why do we need to? I would rather we not fight Westerners' battles for them because they are fearful of a resurgent China. Once China is taken care of, the West would target India next to preserve the status quo of Western hegemony. Classic divide and conquer scheme and tactic. India and China has coexisted peacefully for thousands of years. We just need to settle our land disputes so we can build a more cooperative and mutually beneficial relationship.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.